Hello everyone, welcome to our second quarter of 100 days of DevOps journey. So today is day 26. I took a little break in between and I'm back and let's start with. So today's topic is mostly on, there is very important thing which is called infrastructure as cloud. Okay, infrastructure as code, sorry, infrastructure as code. Okay, IaC, most popularly known as IaC. Okay, so this is infrastructure as code, and for that, since we are using like AWS cloud, we are using like cloud platforms. Okay, so for cloud platform, it is there is a very popular tool called Terraform. Okay, Terraform. Then there is Ansible is also there. Ansible, Puppet, Chef. Now there is Crossplane. Crossplane is also a new tool. So yeah, all of these tools are very popular and have a vast community with them. But what we'll be doing is we'll Terraform. Okay, so what will be doing here is we'll explore today with Terraform. I want to explore Crossplane as well. I have competency with Terraform and Ansible. So first we'll discuss these two and then Crossplane. So for cloud, when it comes to cloud provisioning, okay, Terraform is a very nice tool for that. So if I just search Terraform. Okay. In previous video we have checked about Terraform. Okay, we have how to install and how to configure it in our local system. But here you can see what is Terraform. So infrastructure as code it provides, and since it is popular, so there is a vast community, and it can there are multiple tools that allow us to like find, detect, scan and detect vulnerabilities in Terraform code and all that, and we can make it like using best practices and all that. So common use infrastructure as code, multi-cloud provisioning. Suppose you are using two cloud platforms, uh, or like AWS, Azure, Google, or OpenStack, and then there is VMware and all that. And there are multiple other cloud services like monitoring as service tools like Datadog. Okay, then there is security as service which is called Cloudflare. Okay, manage Kubernetes. We can provision and manage Kubernetes clusters. Okay, not Kubernetes workload, Kubernetes clusters on top of that. Okay, Kubernetes has its own its own provisioning setup. Then network infrastructure, we have virtual images, Packer, and Packer is also another tool for packaging container images. Terraform and Packer. Then there is CI/CD pipeline we can integrate it with, and enforce policy as code. Okay, inject secret into Terraform. So there are a lot of use cases, but what we'll be doing here is we'll start directly by creating resources on AWS. For that, what I have done here, I have bought a subscription from Code Cloud. Okay, so Code Cloud provides a 1 minute. Let me just show you. Just a moment. Okay, Code Cloud. Okay, I'm logged in right now. Okay, so here we have playgrounds. What is playground? Yeah, so here are playgrounds like Google playgrounds. Okay, and there is Kubernetes playground and everything. So we'll try on all these three clouds. First of all, I'll start with AWS since I'm very much comfortable in this. So it will provide us with a list of it will provide us with 3 hours duration of this sandbox, playground sandbox, and we can explore it. Yeah, supported regions are these two. Okay, and these are the services that we'll be using. I think it is pretty much sufficient to all. And apart from this, we already have uh, we already have yeah, free tier account with us for AWS, so we can anyway explore on that one as well. So yeah, let's get started with this. So instance, there are T1, T2, T3 instance, and I don't know, this might be very small medium size for use, nano small medium size for instances. This behavior is set to EC2 stop, behavior is set to terminate. Okay, so they have okay, total number of EC2 instance is limited. RDS database, there are some limitations with it. Anyway, we have our free tier account if we have to exceed something, if our requirement exceeds with this. But I think for this it is pretty much. And yeah, it is not sponsored by anyone. I'm not not that big shot in this video, YouTube industry. So to get some sponsorship or something, I'm just sharing what I try. I'll just share with you guys. So let's get started. Launch it. So till in the meanwhile, till it gets started, I'll just show you what Terraform is. So in Terraform, what do we have over here is we have like it is an infrastructure as code tool. Okay, which is developed by HashiCorp Cloud Platform. Okay, HashiCorp. Okay, here you can see HCP. Okay, HashiCorp language. So this is we can anyhow follow this, or there are some like if you just go AWS Terraform best practices. So if you focus on best practices, okay, practices for code based structure, yeah, code based structure, it is perfect best practice for using Terraform AWS Provider. So if you start using your best practices from the beginning, then you'll get a very good idea, very good understanding why it is used. Like this is the directory structure, and it is for yeah, we have dev, prod, and test environments. So multiple environment, then main, output, providers, Terraform TFRs, okay, variable, versions.tf. So these are certain things that you should follow along. Okay, this is the provider. Okay, required version. Required version should be this one. Then provider AWS source HashiCorp AWS version this. These are certain things that you otherwise what will happen if anyone can use any version? So it might break the code. Okay, it would break the code. It won't work that way. So this is the very first thing, and try to use best practices from starting. It is not like you should because if you just start working like let it get done. Okay, let's create it. And if you are aligned on a particular project, okay, and in that project if you don't if you make it run, okay, then once the code is written, it is running, okay, it is fine and everything, but it does not follow best practices, so there is a chance that you have to redo everything, or it might open some loopholes in that. So that's why best practices are for our own good, like traffic rules and any other rule. Best practices are for our own good. Yeah, there are some workarounds, okay, but there are some mitigations also available for that purpose. So that let's go with that. Then we have a security backend, code base, infrastructure and organization plus provider version management. Yeah. So first of all, let's go to Terraform docs. Okay, here you can find it in tutorials, anything that you want to see, like yeah, these are the tutorials. If you want to go to AWS, you can go with that. What is infrastructure as code with Terraform? Okay. Install Terraform, building infrastructure, change infrastructure, destroy, define, and everything. There is a lot of things over here. So what I'll do here is I'll just show you. Yeah, provider use. Okay. I'll be making use of I'll be like using all the best practices that are uh, designed over there. So Terraform CDK provider, Terraform tools. There is one more thing. Puppet Chef. Then here you can find everything like cloud formation. Yeah, there are some cloud native tools also available. Cloud native means which are available for that particular cloud platform. So let me cloud native. So there are these services: Ansible, Puppet, Chef. So these are for these are the configuration management tools. Okay, configuration management tools. Okay, these are. So how does Terraform works? Okay, so in previous like in yeah in previous what we can say. Okay, so I can see that. Wait a minute, let me install it. Yeah, I do have auto complete. So auto complete is also working. Let me just check if I have Terraform. Terraform is not installed. Not get lock. Yeah, I think installation process is going on. That's why. So it is getting installed. Till the time, I'll just explain you one thing. So like if you want to buy something from if you want to buy some hardware stuff like hammer, nails, or something like pipe, PVC pipe or something, you have to go to a hardware store. Okay, if you want to buy some stationery, so you have to go to stationery shop. Okay, then there are different kind of shop like food material, restaurant for fast food. Okay, then there is groceries for grocery store for groceries, and so there are designated places to from where you can buy a certain stuff. Similarly, in Terraform, there is a concept. So Terraform is used for multi-cloud platform. Okay, suppose you have vast, you have like you are using multiple cloud platforms. In my current organization, we are using like AWS, Cloudflare, Datadog, and yeah, these three are the prominent ones, and all these three are controlled using Terraform. Okay, so there are Terraform providers that we have to check. Okay, so providers are nothing but the like you have to deploy something on AWS, you have to use AWS provider. Then similarly we have Azure, Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Alibaba, Kubernetes also can be maintained on this one. But what we'll do here is we'll check it separately. So you can use this. This is let me just increase the font. Yeah, manage preferences. Okay, so here you can find it, Kubernetes provider, and there are multiple other options and all that. So you can use it. Then there is so in this we have Helm, we have HashiCorp Cloud Platform is also available, HashiCorp Console Service, and Google Beta, and if you can see there are so many of them here. Right now 95 pages are available of the providers. Any new service, any new cloud provider is over here. So infrastructure, then database, then we have monitoring security, web services. Suppose if I just search over here, search all resources, so we have these many providers, and here there are like official providers. Okay, and there are partners like Alibaba, Oracle Cloud, these are the partners. Okay, and then there is community providers, or one password uh, is also a SSO kind of thing, and this Ansible automation platform, AAP. Okay, its earlier version was Ansible Tower, I think. Ansible Tower, yeah. So this Ansible automation platform, it is also very good, and we'll look into it. Then there is we can yeah, someone has created their own modules. While using these modules, just be careful, because sometimes it might not be, because there are most of them are right now these providers are mostly like here one password, this, and one password, multiple are available. So first of all, try to use official partners only. Okay, I'll just show you one more thing. So there is like Cloudflare. Okay, uh, Cloudflare, yeah. So Cloudflare is a partner. Okay, here Cloudflare is a partner. It is a network security platform. uh, so Cloudflare you can check. Then there is Datadog is also a partner. These are logging and monitoring service, logging and monitoring as a service they provide. So these are some of the providers. So we'll just go to AWS. Here you can find like how we can use AWS, like yeah. So Terraform required provider, AWS source, this you have to specify the source. And because this particular platform, if I'll just go to Terraform in GitHub. Okay, here Terraform, there is one more thing, providers, HashiCorp. HashiCorp has multiple different things: Terraform, Vagrant, Nomad, Packer, Vault, AWS. We have AWS over here. Yeah, here you can see AWS provider. So you can download from here as well, but it is better if you just use HashiCorp there. So yeah, so this is the open source code. If you want to develop something like if you want to develop a particular functionality on that should be available on Terraform. Okay, so you can just fork it here in AWS. AWS has vast community, and they keep updating all these things like CI. They have so many things available on this one. So here we have tools. What different kind of tools are available? Meta.d. A lot of them are available on here. Let me just yeah. Here we have docs. So you can find everything on this one. Terraform, like ACC test and everything. Index.md, readme.md, and everything. You can pip install mdocs. And okay, in this you can develop your own like provider infrastructure, for infrastructure repositories, main.tf. So yeah, I think we'll just look into it. Examples, yeah, we have yeah, API gateway, REST API, open API. Okay, then we have a lot of available, a lot of things are available over here. If you want to go to networking, then region, subnet, let's go over here. So region, subnet, and everything are given to you. You can create your own from using this particular example and everything. Networking, we have S3 API gateway integration, cross S3 cross account access. Okay, SageMaker, Transit. So many things are available in this particular in this particular example section. Okay, so many things are available. Okay, so you can try it out and have a look. So let's just begin with it. I hope you understand what is a provider is. So let's just set up our first thing. So we'll be using this best practice documentation, and describe our this particular folder structure. Okay, this is multi AZ new VPC, single AZ VPC. Oh, this is example. Reusable, yeah, reusable modules are different thing. Modules are also very important part, so we'll have a look into that. So first of all, let's just start with the provider. Okay, here we are having provider. I have created a little code. Let me just open my VS code over here. Okay, so what we'll be doing here is I have used like this is Terraform, required provider AWS, source is HashiCorp AWS, and I want version greater than this 5.51. Okay, this is my baseline version. Okay, region is US East one, because I don't want any other. If I use my uh, uh, cloud account, okay, free tier account, I'll change this particular thing, or you can use any of this. So there is, if you want to use like region is one thing, then there is profile. Okay, so Terraform has a very good community support, and documentation is also available. So just go to this documentation part. Okay, and close it down, and here you can find it. So this is version, provider, region, then VPC, CIDR, and everything is given over here. Okay, I want to just show you that one thing, profile. Okay, yeah. So in provider AWS, these are some of the things that you have to, like region, access key, secret key. Okay, so let me just open my code cloud, start lab. I think it is loading. So this is my username, password, and this is the region. Okay, username and password. So what I'll do is I'll just start this one. For the very first thing, we need we'll be needing like a username and access key and secret key to connect with Terraform. So I'll just show you that. This and this. You can try using I'll be deleting this lamp after this video, so till the time you watch, this will be deleted. Right now I'm just showing you for knowledge purpose only. Oh yeah, never saving. Okay, so here you can see we are right now in US East 1 region. You should know like North Virginia is US East 1, Ohio US East 2, California, Northern California is US West 1, and Oregon is US West 2. For Mumbai, AP South 1, Osaka, and there are a lot of things, just because uh, we understand, human understand these particular, like these particular in the right of this particular list. Okay, these particular names, but Terraform and AWS CLI and APS, they understand this on the right. So these are the region codes. Okay, region IDs. So first of all, what we'll be needing here is IAM. Go to IAM, and yeah, I'm in IAM. Let me just try creating. What permissions does this user have? Anyone without access denied. Hmm. Access key, yeah, create access key. So this is the access key, never used, created today. Access key and security key. Let me just check. Security credentials, manage console access. Yeah, one access key is active, but I'm not sure. I think this particular is not available. I'll just create a new access key. This is access key 1. I'll create a new one for my use for Terraform. Terraform. Oh, access key created. Okay. So this is my access key. So here I'll just publish it. Region US East 1, I have configured it. Then access key here. I'm using a plugin, so it'll make the job very easier. So you can use the same. Oh, so this Terraform, okay, HashiCorp Terraform. It is an official plugin for that. Okay, yeah, this one, HashiCorp Terraform. Okay, it is an official plugin here. Blue tick, you can find it. So this you can use this one, and it is very good. It will make your task very much easier. So right now I have created this sandbox environment, and I'll just create one thing over here, like three tier, three tier web app. Okay, three tier web app, and put this into this one. Okay, three tier web app, and let me just copy my secret key. The description tag you specified could not be added because you do not have required permission. Okay, that is fine. So I'll just let me just check if it will work or not. Okay, so this is hard. Yeah, right now I am in this sandbox, and here is my three tier web app. Shall I rename it? Web, better now. Okay, so yeah, then we have AWS configure. Let me just run this. I hope you are able to see all these things. So AWS configure, then profile. I want to use like temp is my temporary profile I'm creating, and here I want to use this is the access key. Okay, this is my secret key, and region is US East 1, and then which one is, let's just say JSON would be sufficient for me. Okay, this is my temp profile. Okay, you can AWS configure bash AWS configure. What is happening? That's why it is not working. AWS CLI auto complete. Okay, so this particular is our, let me just exit. Mm, I think now it would work. AWS configure, yeah, now it is working. Configure hyphen h. Oh yeah, help. This is, so here in AWS configure you can list profiles. There is access key ID, secret key ID, session token. Suppose you are using SSO, then there is SSO module, SSO, yeah, here this SSO is also available. List profiles, this is the part I want to check. AWS configure list profiles. So right now temp profile is already available. I'm not using it in this. You can check dot AWS dot credentials. So this is temp profile, and then similarly we have config. So temp profile is available. Okay, profile temp. So this is how you can find it over here. Now let me just check AWS list. AWS. We have AWS EC2. Describe. I think VPCs. VPCs. Yeah, VPCs. So let's check. Must specify. Yeah, must specify region. Yeah. So right now we haven't used any profile temp. Let's just see. Yeah. So it is showing me this. This is the VPC ID, owner ID. Then instance tenancy default VPC. This is the VPC ID. Okay. Available CIDR block, and everything we can, internet gateway block mode off. So it is whole internet is accessible through it, and everything is available on this one. Okay. So you can find it anyway, anything on this one. So our EC2 is connected. We have used this particular setup. So our provider is also linked. Then just go to 3-tier web app. Okay. Then there is one command that we have to run. Okay. We have to run Terraform init. Okay. Yeah. Space is not required. Okay. So yeah. So what it has done, it has installed this particular provider. So all the dependencies that are required for this particular version to run, it is installing these. So till the time it is getting installed, so let's just move on to another part. So for 3-tier, what is 3-tier application? Let's just understand over that. So 3-tier web application is, yes, 3-tier web app. 3-tier web app. It is very simple dynamic application. Web application are almost like, there is website and web app. Okay, website and web app have a basic difference. Website, whether it be static or dynamic. Okay, website do not have there is some kind of authentication is required every for static website. All users will see the same thing. Okay, all users will see the same thing. However, for dynamic website, like for if you are writing a blog page, okay, any user that is visiting your blog page, it will see all the blogs which are available in a single page, irrespective of any user. For dynamic website, it is like for let's just say Instagram, Facebook, okay, so, LinkedIn. These are some of the dynamic websites. So dynamic websites are basically like they have uh, every different user have their different set. Okay, like only on Instagram or on Facebook, or Twitter, I'll see the post from those who I follow. Okay, X we can say. So this is for dynamic website. Then there comes the web application. Web applications have more like they have some what you can say, they have they have some computations going on behind the scene. Let me just figure out an example. I think Canva, you might have used. Canva is a web app, and yeah, this particular draw.io. Right now I'm using desktop tool, so it is accessing my local system, but the web application that you are using, so some kind of processing, some kind of logical operations that are involved behind the scene, that that turns it into the web application. So that's all. So what what do we have in web application? First of all, internet. Okay, we have internet. Okay. Internet, from internet we have user. Okay, some user, some number of users are connected to internet. Okay, and what do we have over here is, there is something like a particular let me just add. Okay. So this is my AWS cloud infrastructure. Okay. Mm, not this one. Okay, this is my AWS cloud infrastructure. On this AWS infrastructure we have a API gateway. So there is some DNS involved. Okay, on internet we can use like this is API gateway. Let me just get a little, yeah, API gateway, and there is Route 53 also available. Route 53, Route 53 organization. AWS Route 53 Redis. Oh yeah. So first of all, so it is something like from internet we'll receive request on our gateway. Okay, whether it be API. This is API gateway. Then there is internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway. Okay. So what does it mean by 3-tier application? What are these 3 tiers? Okay, so first tier is the public tier. Okay, this is called the public tier. Okay, public tier means anyone from internet can reach out to this particular location, this particular address. Okay, this is the public tier. So what do we have in this public tier? What do we have in this public tier? Let's just see. So in this we have like servers. Okay, where is the cube? Yeah, this. Okay, these are some kind of, let's just say, web servers. Okay, web servers. So there might be multiple different there might be multiple let's just see, let's just say this is one. Okay, we have availability zones, multiple availability zones that are involved over here. Okay, this is one, and similarly I'll just put it this way over here. And we have something like this. Let me just back this and this. These are like availability zones. Okay, let's just say AZ1. Now it is better. So this is like AZ1, and here it is AZ2. For redundancy purpose, it is kept like this. So web server 1, let's just make a replica over here as well. And we have this and this. Okay, so these are the web servers. Yeah, these are the web servers. Suppose in case one AZ goes down, so your other AZ will share the load. So something like that. This is how we can we create an architecture for fault tolerance, we say. Okay, this is called the web tier or public tier or anything. Okay. Then there is, we have web tier. I just name it like this, web or public web tier. Then we have app tier. Okay, private app tier. So in this application, in this app tier, we have this is not accessible to public. This private tier or app tier, we say. Okay, this is not accessible to public. So what does it do? I'll just paste it. Oh. We have our application servers. Okay, app servers. What does app server like? Some log, if there is some kind of logic running behind the scene, so it handles that. Okay, suppose any particular. So this is the private tier. Then there is one more tier which is called database tier. Okay, this, then we have like, yeah, database tier. Let's copy this over here. DB tier. So in this DB we have our databases provision. So databases should be kept, we can keep it in private tier also, app tier also, but databases should be kept separate, because in case this particular tier, first thing is it should not be kept in public. Database should never be kept in public. Okay, that is the very basic rule. Okay, so in fact I have witnessed like quite a few in my very beginning days. There is, I think, yeah, I just have joined in 2020, I think in 2019 or 2020, something like that, in beginning of 2020. We have created database in public tier. Okay, what we have done is we have hosted one EC2 instance. We have spun up an EC2 instance in public subnet, and in that we have deployed containerized application, front end, back end, and database in the same container. Okay, in the same EC2 instance. So what had happened here is our web application was not that much secure. Okay, and to to work on that, we have opened the port publicly. So at that time, what happened? Our web application got compromised, and that has led us to, though it is dev environment, there is nothing much to worry about that. We already have a database backup and everything. So what had happened? Our database also got compromised and everything. So that's how it will happen. So never keep your database in public subnet. That is very first rule. In private tier or app tier, it should also not be kept, because if your private tier, which is also connected to your public tier, okay, public location. So in case your private tier got breached, your database might get exposed. Okay, then here we have DB. So this is DB. Okay, for DB servers, we'll just keep it like this, and we are all good. So this is how 3-tier application works. Okay, this is how these 3 tiers are set up. We have like public tier that hosts our websites and everything. Then there is private app tier, private or app tier we can say. So it is hosting our app servers that are running most of the logics and everything. And then there is the database. It handles the metadata and data store and everything. In case you want like some kind of storage for that, some static object storage, like if users are uploading some kind of images and everything, so you can use S3 buckets. Okay. So S3 buckets can be used. S3 bucket can also be like kept in different regions. Okay. Though S3 is a global service, you can like create replicas on multi-region replicas for redundancy and other purpose. So this is how your, this is a very minimalistic, I don't even call it as a architecture. It is just like an overview, a bird eye view we can say. So you can we'll talk about system design and everything in our coming days. So this is how a 3-tier application works. So request comes into this one. There is then we have a load balancer and everything in place. So things come for web server. Then we have from web server to app server. App server deals with data. Okay, then this, and app server is responsible, app server itself is responsible for like this S3 connectivity. Okay, so this is how it will work. This is how it will like okay, that's how it looks like. Hmm. So that's how it is going right now. So you can find it over here. So let's just get started. I think this is a pretty good theory session we had. Let's just dig deeper into practical part. So what do we need? So the best thing over best things of like, not the best thing, I'll say best thing are there are but this is one of the benefit of IaC, that where we have left we can start from there itself. Okay, so right now I have installed this provider. Okay, then what do we need? The very first thing we need for any particular environment. Okay, what do we need over here? So we'll be needing a VPC. Okay, VPC is the very first thing that we'll need to create any infrastructure. Without VPC, you could not like, there are other things, but without VPC you could not set up any EC2 instance or hosting. So network is for, it is the ground rule. Okay, for using any for using like any of the cloud services. Okay, any of the cloud service, not just AWS. You will need a good network, you will need great connectivity. Okay, if you have connectivity you can use cloud platform from anywhere in this world. Okay, so you can use this. Then we have like first thing. Okay, let's just go to VPC. So Terraform is very good with its documentation. Every in AWS, each and every service that is provided by AWS are listed down in this particular section. Okay, you just go have to search for AWS provider Terraform and that's it. Okay, right now the latest version is 5.80, which we are using right now. Okay, and here we'll go VPC. So what are, yeah, so there are two types of resources available. Okay, this resource and data source. Resource is to create, data source is from where we'll see how we can use both of them right now. So for now let's just go VPC, yeah, virtual private cloud. Okay, so AWS default VPC, default. I'll be needing like, yeah, so here we are, we have configured our provisioner. I think my access key got expired. I accidentally have stopped the environment, so I have to recreate it. So till the time it gets started, let's create our application, let's create our other files. Okay, so best practices, I'll just go into this best practices section, and here implement standard repository structure, root module or directory root. So yeah, here we are. So what do we have? We have configured providers.tf. Okay, now there is requirement for main.tf. Okay, main.tf is basically a file. It's called main.tf. So main.tf is the file that has all the configurations which are available inside, all the configurations which are available, which we require in our cloud infrastructure. Okay, so suppose I need like there is we need VPC. Okay, so this is a AWS VPC. This is the VPC section. So we need a VPC. I just copy this. It is very basic. Tag name. Oh yeah, this is the VPC, and I have created this. And there is, I just want to add tags. Tags would be name. Name would be like yeah, I just name it like sandbox. Okay, sandbox. Sandbox VPC is created. So this is all done. Instance tenancy. Yeah, instance tenancy we need to check. If you want to check like any other optional tenancy option instance launch into VPC. Default is default, which ensures that EC2 instance launch in this VPC use EC2 instance tenancy attribute is specified when. You can read all of this. The only other option is dedicated. So I think it is by default. It is optional, so I'm not creating it. So there are, yeah. So we already have configured like this CIDR block we have given. CIDR block is required here. It is optional, but I would suggest that you should use CIDR block, because unless uh, when we create something like when we create anything like multiple VPC we create, or integrate multiple VPCs, or multi-region setup, or multi-account setup, something like that. So it would be very useful when useful to use CIDR blocks. It will ensure that no CIDR block should be overlapping or something like that. So here we can set it. Okay, so sandbox is one of the setup. What I'll do, I have to. So there is one issue over here. What issue? That every time, right now I'm using a playground, a sandbox, but even though if I'll using any other option, so it is not recommended to use to hard code everything, hard code things like this. Okay, access key, secret key, your name, your this CIDR block. Suppose what if you want to use it, or what if you want to replicate it to somewhere else? So there is one thing that we use. It is called I think variables.tf file. Okay, there is this file called variables.tf. Here you can find it in best practices. So variables.tf and tfrs. So variables.tf is for like defining defining the variable. Defining the variables means what uh, what would be the attributes of that variable. Okay, and tfr is against the variables defined in variable.tf. Tfr handles those key value pairs. Okay, so I'll just show you for that. Suppose here I'll just add variables.tf. Okay, variables.tf, variables.tf. So you can anyway find it over here, variables dot variable dot tf example. Okay. There are yeah, here you can get. Okay, here you can find it. Okay, so these are the tags and everything. Apply configuration. Okay, so here you can see this is the variable. So how do we configure it? So just say like variable. What is the name of the variable? It is VPC CIDR block. Okay, VPC CIDR block. Now what do you want in this VPC? Okay, so it is like we have description. Description is a CIDR block of the VPC. Okay, then we have like if you want to set up some default value. Default value would be like 10.0.0.0/16. So this is the default value. If no value has been provided, then it will take this. What is the type? Then we have this type, string. Okay, since it is a string. So what are different types for this? We have string, then we are like just a moment, I'll just go string boolean number. So yeah, string boolean number, I think, and type it will show invalid expression, start expression but not valid expression token. Wait a minute, a little bit pair of docs variable, define input variables. Not this one. Input variable, input variable, input variable. So there are, I just ask something like this. Variable, variable types in Terraform. Yeah, types and values. Configuration type. Yeah, string, number, boolean, list, set, map. So these are some of the. Then there is null object. So it is also, it is like something blank variable. Okay. So we can configure it like here. You can say name, age, then set. There are certain types of identifier. We'll use this. Okay, we'll use in this string. Then we have numbers. Okay, numbers are like here. Numbers are here. There are not int and float. Here are only numbers. It can be either one of them. Okay, so this is one. Then boolean true and false, null, list and tuple. So this is the list type, list, or we can set up both of them. So if there are n number of things that you want to set, then here you can. Then there is set, yeah, default. So suppose in here I have set up default over here. Okay, so if I have set up default, suppose this particular CIDR is already occupied by some other what we can say application, some other VPC. Okay, so it will check for the next one. Okay, so that's how you can set it up. Okay, then to list, use the toList function to convert. So there are a lot of things over here. Yeah, these are the maps and objects. So suppose if you are like you want to provide tags to, I just add this. Okay, this string we have set up main.tf. For now, let's just create only this one, and I'll keep on updating the code accordingly. So yeah, I think my this one is created. Just open this link and copy this. So yeah, I'll just go back to IAM. Okay, so yeah, we are ready. I think we have a variable. Let me just call this variable. And so how can we make this variable? I'll just add new file, which is like, okay, as of now, just keep it that way. And I can call this over in main.tf here. To call the variable, we can just use where VPC CIDR block and all done. So we don't have to pass any name. So similarly, we can add it over here. We can make changes in this part. There is alternate way to, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So let's just wrap it up quickly. And Terraform, then there are some of the plans like init we have to run first. Initializing has already been done. Let's just see. Yeah, initializing and done. Terraform init is working. Then Terraform plan. So Terraform plan, it will show. So right now I'll just show you one thing. So this is our AWS platform. I'll just go to VPC and here, yeah, let it load. Yeah, here VPCs. Right now there is no VPC with let's just see, no VPC with the name sandbox. Okay, here you can see. So this is the CIDR block of this VPC, which is this is the default VPC which is provided by AWS itself. And yeah, here we have plan. So what does plan show? It will create like a resource known after ARN, means this ARN stands for Amazon resource number, resource ID, something like that. A ARN full form AWS. Yeah, Amazon resource name. Yes. So this is Amazon resource name. This is the Amazon resource name. This would be the CIDR block. ACL network ACL would be provided, and these are some of the default. Then there is this name sandbox would be provided, tags all. So everything is ready to go. Only one resource is about one resource we are going to add, and Terraform apply -f Terraform apply, enter. So Terraform apply again runs this Terraform plan and checks. It just asks for our permission that shall we create this particular. So we have created what is the name of the main.tf. Okay, VPC main. I don't want to name it main. I want to name it sandbox. So for now I'll just stop it and I'll just name it as sandbox. Okay, sandbox VPC. Terraform apply and it will show. Okay, so we have to press yes. I'll just show you this. What are the configuration? So here name of our resource is provided. This is the tag and everything, like instance tenancy is default, enable DNS support true. If these are all the tags which are available which are provided by this AWS provider in Terraform. You can change all of these. So I have provided this particular, and this is the default setting, and this is also default setting. So yeah, as per default configuration it will just enter. So let's just see what will happen. AWS sandbox VPC is creating. Yeah, it is created. Here you can see apply change resource and everything is completed. Let's just refresh this page. Yeah, so here you can see this is the CIDR block. We haven't provided any other, so it is taking the default value. Okay, so this is a CIDR block, owner ID, default, default VPC no, and yeah, everything is good to go. So similarly, you can just create, this is just for the VPC. Similarly, we can create like what are different, we can create subnet IDs. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so yeah, we have created a VPC. Let's just quickly create subnets. You can just go over, where did it go? This one. So here we have AWS VPC, then subnet, VPC default subnet, AWS subnets. Okay, so not data, yeah, here. Okay, so this is the, what is it? Okay, deletion would be the next part. Reservation default subnet. Okay, okay, that is fine. So we have VPC, VPC ID is given. So yeah, there is one more thing. Suppose VPC is created. Now how can we call that resource ID in the current? So there is in this one. So here you can find it. VPC CIDR block association subnet secondary VPC CIDR block in secondary. Yeah, so all of these are the CIDR blocks. So I'll just create one resource, then AWS subnet. Okay, subnet name. This would be like public, or let us say web. Okay, web subnet. This is the web subnet we have. Okay. For web subnet, what are the requirements? I think CIDR block is one of the thing. CIDR block, and here I'm just providing it as list because I subnets availability zone subnet. Block CIDR block subnet availability zone optional availability zone ID. CIDR blocks. There is this map. So for now, just create one. It would be a quick example for you guys. 10 10.0 dot, it would be 10.0.1.0/24. Okay, in that we have used /16. Now we are using /24. Then we need to provide VPC ID. VPC ID would be AWS VPC sandbox VPC dot ID. Okay, so this is how you can call, the resource ID which the resource created previously. You can call it this way. Okay, and I just add one thing. One more part that we need to add over here is VPC CIDR and tag. I want to add like the tags. Name would be like web subnet 1. Okay, web subnet 1. Type public. So these are like some, you can provide any name over here. Okay, all good. Let's just see Terraform plan. So here it follows a concept called idempotence. What is idempotence? Idempotence is like if any if any of the configuration which is already available, I'm explaining it very simple technical terms, simple and yet technical. So simple technical terms, if any configuration which is already available in what we can say in our cloud infrastructure. Okay, so here all the configurations are saved in this tf state file. Okay, I'll just show you this tf state file. So here you can find, so any of the, this is the VPC CIDR, you can find it. So each and every configuration is saved in this particular tf state file. So what it will check, like what was the previous configuration and what are the new configurations that are being made. So if the configuration is already available, it won't create that resource again. Okay, it won't create that resource, it will use the same resource which is already available. So that's how the idempotence works. That's how IaC is useful. So no redundant task would be done, no redundant efforts would be made. And here you can see one resource to add. Here you can find, okay, earlier it will show one resource to add, and what it will show you, like only subnet, web subnet is given. Okay, getting my point. So here you can find like IPv6 assigning, CIDR block assigning, enable DNS64. So there are certain requirements we'll see. Right now we are just uh, uh, having a look at this, how Terraform we can work, and we'll continue to develop this particular script. Okay, so this is how you can Terraform plan and Terraform apply. There is one more thing. You don't have to like press, you already know what is going to happen. Then you can suppose in CI/CD pipeline, there wouldn't be any manual inputs be provided, okay, in CI/CD pipeline. So there is this tag auto approve. So what it will do, it will run this Terraform apply command, and yeah, sandbox VPC refreshing state. This is the VPC ID. Right now I think there is no VPC, no subnets in this current VPC available. I think web1 is not available, but yeah, it is created, so no worries. I think till the time it's, yeah, web1 is created. Okay, so here this is the this is the CIDR block that we have provided, and network ACL is not. Yeah, we'll see what a network ACL and check on that. So yeah, you can create this. So this is all for today. Let's reconvene tomorrow, and hopefully we can have. Yeah, and I want to like emphasize on one thing. In IaC, the beauty of IaC lies with like where you have left, you can start from there. But in case in manual effort, okay, in manual deployment or in manual configuration, you have to restart from the beginning, okay, or you have to check each and every step, okay, what has been done, okay, this part is done or not. You need to keep a checklist for that. In IaC itself is a checklist, okay, so which is already available, won't be done again, okay, won't be like rework, and which is not available, or if there is any update in the task, then it will be redone. It will be that only that part is created. Here you can see only subnet part is verified over here. Here you can see plus sign is for create, okay, this plus sign is created. So here if you can see sandbox refreshing, Terraform used to select provider generating resource action and indicate with. So only this part is being created. So that's the beauty of IaC. Okay, so let's just focus on that and get started. So thank you all, have a nice day.